How's it going, everybody? Dave Medina here. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and follow me at Dave Medina PDX across all social media. I hope you're having a great week. It's Thursday, April 24th. We're headed into the weekend, and man, we got some more hypocrisy. We have some more double standards from the left, baby. Let's go. Producer Vlad is here, and if you're like, well, why do you have so much energy? Well, I got my blood taken, Producer Vlad, and they had to poke like several times to because I'm getting some blood work done. And I just had a bunch of like coffee and sugar, and I think it's all hitting me at once. And so maybe I need to do this all the time, or that, or just do cocaine. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
That's not the most out of pocket thing you've heard me say. Come on, dude.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah.
No,
I think I'd be canceled fast.
That's
I wouldn't be allowed
normal.
in a church like within 1,000 miles from here until we get to the Bible Belt. If people heard some of the stuff. Anyways, that's why we need Jesus, baby. You know, because we try every day. We try to get better. And, you know, that's why we need Jesus. But you know who else needs Jesus as a perfect segue are these absolute lunatics in America, also known as the Democrat Party. You know, we'll pick on Republicans too, you know, but it's just the Democrats, they seem to be wrong a lot more, right? And I'm a registered Republican. I'm not happy all the time with the Republican Party. But you know, I mean, they're seem to be the most sane, most common sense, and they believe in small government, which is a big thing with me, right? And all of a sudden, the Democrats now believe in smaller government, and they're saying that Trump's new tariffs are an unnecessary tax burden on the American people, as 12 states, including my home great state of Oregon, is suing the Trump administration over his new tariffs. So now presidents can't be in control of tariffs. They can't be in control of everything. They're having the judges stop them on everything. But yeah.
I believe Oregon's actually leading the charge from what I read. Dan Ray.
I don't doubt it.
He's leading the lawsuits. So he's
I don't doubt it.
Head attorney general.
Yeah, so they say Congress didn't give Trump a green light to use import taxes like he's doing now, and Trump's brought chaos to the American economy. And we're going to just show you, okay, because what we like to do is we like to show you the facts, right? We like to give you ammunition for when you go out and you talk to your liberal friends or something and they have no idea what they're talking about. A lot of these people do, including people who push socialism. They don't understand how economies work. They don't understand how microeconomics work. They don't understand any of that, man. And I'm telling you right now, this is what we like to do here. We like to give you ammunition. So we're going to show you just how much, and we're going to focus. I love focusing on my home state of Oregon, on how amazing the hypocrisy is, because you're going to see, we're going to show you all the taxes, the new taxes that they're shoving through, what they're taxing, and how Oregon almost leads the nation on some of the highest business taxes. They have something called the CAT tax, corporate activity tax, that is crippling businesses. And in fact, some of our biggest homegrown businesses here, Dutch Bros, Intel, Nike, are moving business out of the state because of it. And they won't say that because they don't want to piss off their overlords. You know, a lot of these companies are woke. But that's the reason why. No company is going to move unless it's a business savvy thing to do. And so 12 states are suing the Trump administration. When they sued him yesterday announced it yesterday for illegally imposing tax hike on Americans. While Congress passes the IEEPA, Congress never intended to use it to be used for tariffs, their suit reads. The White House spokesperson says it's a witch hunt. It's just another way for them to make Trump look bad. I 100% agree. I said that yesterday in a video. These guys, every move that they do, it's not to help the American people. If they really wanted to help people when it comes to taxes, they would focus on their own states and lowering taxes here and increasing helping with livability at their own with their own citizens, but they don't. I mean, California, Oregon has some of the worst taxes, has some of the worst property taxes. And they want to all of a sudden they're concerned about taxes when Trump's not even imposing this for like, the reason why Trump's is doing tariffs is not to impose new taxes to get new revenue, like immediate revenue. He is telling the world the reason for the tariffs, and we've done other videos on this. I encourage you to go see it. It's labeled like why Trump's tariffs are, maybe we'll link it in the description. But we've been getting ripped off. The United States has been getting ripped off with tariffs from other countries. They charge us tons of money to sell our stuff in their economy, yet we charge them almost nothing. Some countries almost nothing. And meanwhile, all of our manufacture and all of our jobs are going overseas to these countries. So they're kind of getting like these multiple benefits from the United States. And for some reason, the United States has just sat by and been okay with it. Meanwhile, our middle class here is deteriorating. Our manufacturing, all of our industry jobs are industrial jobs are deteriorating. And you have a lot of business owners, like a guy there was a business owner out of Chicago that says, I love this because I make my stuff here and I want to make more of my stuff here, and I don't want to outsource it. Everybody that you're hearing complain about the tariffs are people that make their stuff in China and make their stuff overseas. They should be making their stuff here, okay? And we used to pay higher wages. Yeah, but they don't have to pay tariffs anymore, and that usually offsets the cost. And plus, they get other tax breaks for doing business in America. That's what Trump's doing. Trump knows what he's doing. If there's anybody that knows what they're doing when it comes to business and getting our economy on the right track, it's Trump. And yet the Democrats, once again, it's all about hurting Orange Man. Meanwhile, they're hurting Americans, and they're framing this like, oh, he's imposing new taxes. He's imposing new taxes. These people are so disgusting, man. This is just the latest example. I know, like when you hear taxes and tariffs, it's not sexy, but it shows you another angle of hypocrisy with the Democrats. Let me just give you an example. I mean, Tony Aiello pointed out a really good thing. These are graphics from the House Republicans here in Oregon and from the Oregon GOP. I mean, this lawsuit that they're all of a sudden worried about new taxes because they have nothing else to attack this guy on right now. House Democrats just voted against lowering your tax bill. They voted against House Bill 3753, middle class tax cuts. No tax on tips they voted against. They voted against repeal. You know how many people that would help? No tax on tips. You know how many people that would help? The repeal Oregon's hidden sales tax. Every time the Republicans try to pass tax breaks here in Oregon, the Democrats just go to shoot it down. The Democrats even want your kicker returns. And then you see here, if we go back or if we go to the next slide, tax day facts. 10th most expensive state to live in, Oregon is. 5th highest individual income tax rate. Between state and federal taxes, individual, I don't know if you guys can read this. We probably need to zoom it in a little bit more here for you so you can read. Oh, it's just zooming out. That's beautiful. I love technology sometimes. It's so great. But you can just listen to me. Between state and federal taxes, individual filers in Oregon pay the highest percentage of their income in taxes. We are the 6th. This is for Oregon. This is the 6th highest transportation cost, with the average Oregonian spending $6,039 last year to drive to work, take their kids to school, or go to the grocery store. So we have really high transportation costs, yet our roads are being like infinitely worked on. And you see roads all over Oregon that are not finished, that have been under construction for freaking years. Gas prices are the 5th most expensive in the nation. Everybody, have you seen online where everybody's like, oh, gas is going down to $2.91 here in Texas, here in Florida, Meanwhile, Oregon, we're literally still at high almost $4 a gallon. Actually, I just saw in Portland. I drove through Portland yesterday. We're $4.99 a gallon at one gas station. 5th highest food prices in the nation. So yeah, why aren't the Democrats worried about these things? No, because Orange Man wasn't behind those things, so we're not going to talk about them. Here's what you'll be paying. A new 1% tax on all vehicle sales. These are the Democrats keep raising taxes. A 3% tax on tires. They actually want to do that. They want to tax your tires. A phased in 50% hike in the current 40 cents per gallon gas tax. A mandatory road usage charge for electric vehicles. Okay. And then Oregon is 32.6%. Oregon has the highest tax burden in the U.S. The livability here is terrible. That's why you have everybody living in apartments right now or homeless, and the middle class and millennials and young people. We can't buy houses. And they want to go after Trump for tariffs because it's a new tax. Are you starting to see how ridiculous these people are? Are you starting to see how fake they are? I'm talking about the Democrats of Oregon and all these other Democrats. These people are literally evil. That they don't worry about anything at home here. It's all Orange Man's fault. It's incredible. It's incredible. Producer Vlad, did you have something to say? I don't know if you were. Oregon House Republicans said, you know what's also a working tax. Oh, by the way, that's where we could do the clip instead of the short, by the way, right there. You know what's also a tax on working Oregonians? Taxes on working Oregonians. Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield, tariffs are a tax on working Oregonians. And they are leading the charge. I mean, these people, oh my gosh, dude. And then Trump admin so here's the latest tariff news. Trump admin is considering reducing tariffs on Chinese goods to at least 50 to 65% in order to ease tensions with Beijing. So Trump's trying to work in good faith. He knows that tariffs is a short term. It's going to hurt businesses. Of course, tariffs are going to hurt businesses, but it's necessary. Listen. If we were getting pretend we were a nation like Israel that gets attacked with rockets every day and gets attacked by terrorists, and don't you think and we were just getting used to that, right? We're getting used to just getting screwed, right? That's how we've been on terrorists. We've been used to getting screwed, and so it's like if America went to war against these people like Israel does to get these stop the attacks on our country. It's going to cost a little bit. It's going to raise prices. It's going to raise inflations because going to war is very expensive, but it's necessary. That's this analogy here works. Trust me. It's the same thing with these tariffs. It is necessary for the long term. This is what liberals are they think people are so stupid, and thank God that most America isn't, because this is a long-term solution for the long-term prosperity of America, to bring more babies back into. We're going to do a video on the baby thing that he wants to do, to bring back birth rates in this country, to bring back our economy, bring back our middle class, not have people living in apartments or on the street, have people be able to buy homes again, start families again. You can't do that unless you have 4 or 5 jobs right now. The average person in America. That's not right. That's not the American dream. The American dream is in large part because of the way that we get ripped off by other countries with tariffs right now. That's what Trump understands. And he's willing to take the heat in the short term. He knew they were going to play politics and do this. He doesn't care because he knows it's best for America. That's what makes a great president, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I wish these people would just figure it out. And then you have, his tariffs are already working, by the way. You already have companies that are already saying, okay, we'll bring our factories back overseas and we'll start building in America, and it's going to build new jobs, it's going to build new opportunities. It's going to supercharge our economy. Okay. The economy works like a glove with it works like a cause and effect. Everything cause and affects each other. If one industry goes down, it's usually going to affect another industry. And so when you bring jobs back and you increase taxes, increase tax revenue, it affects everything else. Okay. It's just go study economics, man. I'm not tired of it. I love it. I could talk about it all day. Pharmaceutical companies to begin building plants and manufacturing drugs in America. Switzerland has announced that it's going to invest $50 billion into the USA. Roche Company, it's a pharmaceutical giant based in Basel, Switzerland, is immediately going to start putting plants and things into the USA. This is huge because we need to be self-sufficient in pharmaceuticals. We need to have them made in the United States, not China. Did you hear the story? No, it's not going. It's got nothing because it helps Trump, and that's what I'm saying. If it's not Orange Man bad and it hurts Orange Man, they're not going to talk about it. Stock market had its best day in American history earlier this week. You had and here's a great graphic. America is open for business. Look at all of the investments happening in America right now. Apple, $500 billion. Novartis, $50 billion. Hyundai, $20 billion. Stellantis, $5 billion. DeMac, $20 billion. TSMC, $100 billion investment from Taiwan for semiconductor manufacturing. I'm telling you, did you guys remember in Trump's first term where things were like gas was really cheap and things were like going, because there was this model that Trump was doing before China ushered in their bioweapon. Okay. And look at this. Producer Vlad.
The market over the last week.
Talk about it, because I know you're into all this kind of stuff.
So since the record day that he had when he announced that he's dropping the tariffs to 10%, we had that huge day, and then it kind of dropped again the day after.
Look at all that green.
But then this is over the last week, it's steadily gone back up because it went up, went down, and now it's kind of leveled out, and it's seems to be on a good trajectory for the time being. Yeah. So, it's just proof that it's working, and that, like everyone's saying, it's leverage, it's a tool, it's a necessary tool that's required for our future.
So our future security and sovereignty depends on these kind of initiatives. These are some reactions around X. Depending on foreign governments to manage our interests is a highly dangerous situation. Absolutely. Why would we not want to drill here in America and go off our own oil and be sufficient and be dependent on our own energy, our own oil? Why would we depend on Russia and Iran and all these other countries for oil when literally our economy is ran on oil? Nevada and Arizona are states suing Trump's and Tariffs. The reason they have Democrat attorney generals. So these are all the states that are suing. You have Oregon, Nevada, Arizona. You have New Mexico. You have Colorado, Minnesota, Illinois, New York. You have Maine. You have Delaware, New Hampshire. All of these states, and it's so funny. They all have Democrat attorney generals. That's actually, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Or not pretty cool, but pretty interesting. Arizona, it's pretty cool because we can expose what's really going on here. It's what's, and then how the hell does a state sue the executive over tariffs? Yeah, that's a great question. They'll weaponize any office to block policies that put America first, even when their own voters back them. This is why I shamed this guy yesterday. I shamed a business owner. By the way, I had a lot of people reach out to me and say, we are actually writing a letter. I had people that work for this guy that reached out to me. I did a short video on this guy that owns like a mill. What was it? What was his name?
It's Bob's Red Mill.
Bob's Red Mill in Eugene. And I had people reaching out to me being like, thank you for calling him out because he is running that company into the ground. That company used to be booming. Employees used to be happy. And ever since that weasel that spoke for Kotek took over, the company's been going downhill and people hate their jobs. I've had a lot of people reach out to me yesterday. I had one person say that she's going to personally write a letter along with other people involved with the company and around the company. I had people saying they're not doing business with them anymore. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not cancel culture. I'm just telling you that when you have people that choose to use their energy to be a mouthpiece for such a failed governor like Tina Kotek of Oregon, why would you want to fund a business that supports the failure of your state? There you go. Like and subscribe to the freaking channel. I'm like, dude, my blood is like, I'm just like all day. Like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me at David Medina across all social media. And we will see you on the next one. I think the next video is about the babies. Let's do about the babies. We'll see you on the next one.